Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-month update readings. This is going to be now to the end of the month, whenever you see this. And we're just going to pull general energies. I am kind of being led to do kind of like a singles read, more towards the equinox. But if that interests you, definitely subscribe now. I'll be back soon with more readings. And if you guys want a personal reading from me, my schedule is getting a little bit booked up, but feel free to, again, plan in advance. You can always send me your questions closer to the time of your booking. So that's just how it's happened, unfortunately. Getting really full. I don't do a lot of readings each day just because it's really taxing on my energy, actually on my physical body, but that's another story. Let's get into your reading. Let's see, what's the central energy for Sagittarius for mid-month September? What's the central energy that would be most helpful for them to hear? What's the central energy going on in Sagittarius life? What's the central energy, please, would be most helpful for them to know? Ten of Pentacles. So this is a very stable, long-term, this can be a commitment with somebody, this can be a trajectory of a business, this can be you being very successful, this can talk about inheritance, this can talk about many things. I'm curious to see what the surrounding cards are, but this is a very nice energy. This is very, it feels like things are falling in line for you. This can be talk about getting a house, someplace you'll be for a long time, I'm feeling. This can be increased financial stability. But it feels like there's no going back to the past. We can count on this moving forward. So we can plan with this. We can use this to be a foundation to launch off of, to have more confidence, to take more risks again. I feel like there's an energy of like leveling up. So spiritual growth. I even feel character growth. A lot has happened to you in the last few years. I feel like really coming into some realizations, especially about what you want or who you want, or what you want with who you want or who you have. It's going to be different for everybody. What is helping or hindering this for Sagittarius? What's helping or hindering this for Sagittarius? Again, this energy about coming out of the Six of Pentacles. This is talking about a transition from this to this. So we're kind of halfway there, I feel. So stepping out of this energy where it's like, please universe, please sir, give me some more. I can barely survive off of this, or I don't have what I want, please. It's like coming from this beggared standpoint. This feels also, though, on the flip side, it's like you have been supported the entire way. You've had enough to get by. You've had the experiences maybe that have put you in this position, but ultimately to overcome, because you're getting the Ten of Pentacles right in the center. So there's definitely a movement away from this. I feel like this is in the position of helping or hindering you, so you can move out of it, recognize it, and move out of it. This is a lovely kind of jump, though. So this can signify a jump in finances, a jump in stability. If this is talking about a relationship, it feels like coming out of a needy situation. So maybe one partner was more needy than the other. And it's coming into a more harmonious balance where there's abundance, there's no lack on either side. What's in Sagittarius' subconscious? The Queen of Cups. This can talk about a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but in your subconscious position, it's inviting you to really manifest. What is in your Ace of Cups, your cup of abundance? And it can talk about love, it can talk about finances, it can talk about, essentially though, what do you want to bring in? To me, this feels like in your subconscious position, a manifesting card. So I invite you to Maybe do a guided meditation or meditate more frequently. It's really inviting you to really reflect about what you want in this next, I feel like, chapter, phase of your life. What's in the past for Sagittarius? What's in Sagittarius's past, the star? So the star is talking about healing our internal world. And as we nurture this, as we foster this, as we get in touch with this, our emotions, our feelings, ultimately what we want manifests into the 3D, it's a law of attraction again. 2 cards coming up for you. So there has been some time of reflection, essentially, I feel. And with the star in the past, it's like what you've been hoping for, it's already been set in motion. So, lovely, lovely. What's the current energy for Sagittarius? So this is the card of being in our mind, feeling trapped by our mind, how to go about getting what we want. This is doubt. This is like getting everything you want and still kind of mistrusting it. I feel like there is the potential of self-sabotage, so be aware. And you can kind of eliminate this by getting out of your mind and getting into your heart, really tapping into what is your truth. Regardless of maybe what makes sense in your mind or what has happened in the past. With the star card in your past, it's like there's something really lovely here being able to be manifested for you. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, there's been a lot of soul searching, really heavy contemplation through maybe a darker period to figure out essentially what you really want. What is your 10 of Pentacles? What is your star in here again? What is in the near future for Sagittarius? What's in the near future for Sagittarius, please? Again, there is a tendency here to self-sabotage, and it's saying, again, look at this man. He's looking back to the past. He is taking, and it's again that tendency to go back to a place of lack. Because nobody steals unless they are living in lack. They feel like they don't have enough. This feels like patterning being brought up from, I don't know if this is childhood, this can be past relationships, this can be even past lives. But it's being brought up to release. And this is talking about lack. I don't like that card. I mean, I like it because it's being brought up to release it, but it's a little bit, it's uncomfortable. I really feel the energy of needing to meditate. I'm seeing like the chakra system. So when we're too much in our head, it doesn't let any energy kind of sink down to our ability to express things, our ability to feel things in our heart, our power source, right? All of these things, our ability to ground, are all up here. I feel like this is, we're moving with this energy into the equinox, essentially the period of fall in the northern hemisphere, especially if you're from the United States or Canada. There's definitely this point of transition, but it feels like it gets a little uncomfortable before that comes in. So if you're feeling this already, I just want to say you're in line. You're in alignment with, I feel like, the stars even. And then there's this opening. There's this shift. In position of power, this is heavy contemplation, again, about abundance, financial abundance. This can be talking about 2 people, 2 paths. So if there's 2 people in your life, there's heavy consideration. What would it look like if I went one way or the other? And your challenge is what feels really, really abundant. This is not dreaming small. This is not settling for less than. This is heavy consideration. These are weighing down your reading. These are the bottom two cards of your reading, the subconscious. There's consideration. There's back and forth. And it's inviting you. It's purposeful for you to step into this place of your heart. What is in Sagittarius's environment? What is in Sagittarius's environment? Whew. And the end to the mental thinking is it's external to you. I feel like, again, it's almost cosmic. It's being forced out of you at this moment of time. Think less with your mind. I mean, this is especially paired with this. This can talk about somebody could have. I don't like to talk about this too much, but there could have been a betrayal. Somebody could have cheated on you. You could have cheated on somebody. But there is definitely a reflective energy here because there was a living in not authentic essence, and it's being brought to the surface to release it. Again, this guy has a tendency to look back at what was in his energy of lack at the moment. So if somebody is evoking this from you, or it's something that came out of you, let it go. I'm sorry. Thank you. I forgive you. I love you. What's in the position of what Sagittarius needs to know? What do they need to know? You are abundant. You can bring in, you can recreate. It's almost like, again, that step up, that next level in personal development to where you are happy on your own. And in this, you bring in more than, especially what was before. This is a beautiful reading. Definitely a little bit heavier and a little bit difficult, and it's talking about the mind space. So I feel like just having the awareness of that, I mean, we're talking about 15 days. It's not that long. It feels like it's just being brought up so we can go into this fall season where, the leaves, it's like this beautiful process. They turn colors and they die to make space for something new and beautiful. This can be talking about work too, especially, this realization that, please, sir, give me some more, asking for what you deserve and not essentially receiving it. So again, I feel like I want to say there is this stability of either being supported by the universe or supported by what you have already built. And this can talk about like even just your resume, what you have experienced. You have the know-how to attract something better than. This is somebody that is very, it's like animals are attracted to her. Everything around her is blossoming and blooming and bearing fruit. I mean, this is very fertile energy. It's talking about you can manifest now. This is in the position of what you need to know. So what's the outcome for Sagittarius? What's the outcome for Sagittarius for mid-September? What's going on here in their lives? Why is this all happening? Because there's a new beginning. It's clearing space for a new beginning. This is so nice. It's going to talk about a new relationship, new work. I mean, this is... I'm being brought to talk about Uranus and Taurus. I know I'm kind of like on our like repeat here with a lot of these messages, but the Ace of Pentacles to me is especially with this clearing energy. It's talking about the shift from Uranus out of Aries into Taurus, where there's shakeups in these things like relationships, our home, and our work to ultimately give us more, and that's exactly what your reading's about. The bottom of the deck, yeah. Some of you have become... Oh, that was not the bottom of the deck. This is the bottom of the deck. It flew out. This is talking about becoming the master of your coin. So you can be... This is sometimes the entrepreneur, the CEO. This is somebody that's very grounded, though. Knows what they're creating. Trusting. I like this energy for you guys. I'm curious. I'm being drawn to pull a more spiritual card for this reading. This is a very straightforward reading. So if you're feeling like you're in that headspace and in this in-between energy of looking back to the past versus looking forward, I invite you to look forward. If you need to make amends with your past, especially if it's in regards to somebody, feel free to reach out to them. I mean, in my opinion, words are kind of beautiful spells, and if they come from love, forgiveness, and understanding, they clear paths. Even if you do this through meditation. It's all about intent here. Okay, let's pull another card for you guys. Please give me one more message for Sagittarius that would be helpful for them to hear mid-September. One more message, please, that would be helpful for Sagittarius to hear this mid-September. No good thing shall be withheld. Blessings of Kumu. So I'll read this. Number 9. Oh, and I opened right up to it. The universe wants to express its creativity, healing, and brilliance through you. It does not want to be limited to repeating what has already been. Oh, how appropriate. Newness needs to burst through you into startling expressions of abundant life. You are guided into unknown territory, guided to go beyond that which you have known yourself and your world to be, so that something original and necessary can be brought to life. The universe knows all you are in need of so that you can best attain your destiny. All shall be provided for you. Expand your faith to allow for the greater workings of Great Spirit. Beautiful. It says, in a reading, resources are coming to you now. Woo! If you have been in lack, limitation, or anxiety about such things happening, relax and substitute your stress for absolute trust that the universe will provide all good things with generosity and grace. If you find this challenging, take it one step at a time, reprogramming your heart and mind into new habits of peaceful trust. It will feel much better to live like this. It's not foolishness, but wisdom that embraces such unconditional trust and faith. Know that the provisions of all resources required is a certainty. The only variables are the details of how the journey unfolds. When you tune into your heart, you'll remember that you are loved, protected, and guided in every moment. Trust the universe. Ooh. So spiritual guidance, when you are a dreamer, a visionary, and a seer of the need for transformation in the world, it can be easy to feel intimidated, to dismiss the possibility for radical change as unrealistic, to believe that the greatest of our visions are unattainable in the real world. However, many things that were once considered to be impossible to the human mind are now part of our daily lives. The impossible becomes possible on a regular basis. Kumu in the Hawaiian term is the Hawaiian term for teacher and source of wisdom. The universe is the great Kumu. When we trust the universe, we come to understand certain truths, including the realization that we don't have to be limited to what we logically know. If we are willing to expand our faith, then that which we are capable of experiencing in harmony with the universe will expand also. Gosh, you guys have a really, really in-tune, clear message here. I mean, this card is absolutely in alignment with the messages that came through earlier. There's definitely a new opening coming up. I'm curious what this is for you guys. What is this Ace of Pentacles? I mean, this is essentially, it's like an invitation to walk this path into the Garden of Eden, you know, where you receive, where you get what you've been working for. If there's something in the past that you need to forgive, I want to say, allow it just to be understood as a learning lesson. Either forgive the other party, maybe it's a position, or maybe it's your time spent there, or maybe it's your time spent stuck, or maybe it's been your actions. It can be a multitude of things, as this is a general reading, but it's clearing the space. It was necessary for this opening, for this self-realization, and here you are showing up the Knight of Wands, rushing in towards this. You can trust this. You can trust this. Ace of Cups. This can be talking about love. This is abundance, though, on many levels. 2 aces showing up for you, clarifying one another. What would it look like if you got everything and more? This is heavy Uranus and Taurus. Relationships, home, job. There's new shifts here coming in for you. Gosh. I feel like just boiling this all down is just like kind of out of this mind. Thank you for clearing my thoughts. Thank you for peaceful thoughts. Thank you for bringing everything up. I'm ready to release it, though, and coming to this kind of ending. Swords are, this is the 10. This is lovely. It's here. It's upon you. And then an opening comes. Find peace. Maybe it's in nature. Maybe it's through meditation. Maybe it's whatever way you find peace. Find it. Find it right now. It's always available. So, beautiful reading. All right, I think that's all I have for you guys. Again, if you haven't subscribed, I thank you for all of your support, and I'll be back soon with another reading for singles. And if you guys have any other suggestions, I'm open to them. Yeah, thanks so much, guys.